Hey beautiful people, I hope you're all really well. Welcome to another pick a card reading today. Before I start the video, I would like to say a big thank you to everyone for your love and your support on my journey as a tarot reader. It's been a really great experience and I appreciate all the support that you've given me, all the people that have subscribed and liked and shared my videos and are following me on my social media, and the clients I've gained. I want to say a very big thank you, and you definitely help to keep me going, and I definitely love sharing my passions with you. Okay guys, so the pick a card reading we're doing today is to find out why a particular person hasn't been in contact with you. Now, generally these kind of readings are for people that may have been in separation with someone. Generally that's what they are, because they're generally more about love readings, right? So yeah, we're finding out why someone hasn't been in communication with you, what's happening for them, and we're going to get a card of advice for you as the person that's watching. Okay, so guys, here are the 3 piles of cards that you have to choose from. So we have, sorry, that's a bit better. We have pile 1, pile 2 and pile 3. Pile 1, 2 and 3. Okay, so let's get started with this reading, guys. If you picked this pile, this is pile 1, this is your reading. Let's find out why this person has not been in communication with you. Okay, so to start off, we have the World. Okay, this is a big start with the major arcana. So the World, this person, what I'm picking up, is going through a lot of change at the moment. Okay, big time. You might be too. And what I'm picking up is that when you guys did have a connection, that a lot of things were changing in both of your worlds, because a lot of the time in connections we're with people, especially really deep connections, we're quite often mirroring each other's energy, and there can be similar things happening in people's lives, right? So there's big changes going on in this person's world, and yeah, lots of energy going on for them. We then have the 3 of Swords clarifying. So what this is telling me is that there's definitely been some heartbreak, okay? This person has gone through some heartbreak. They feel heartbroken. And I think they're feeling it pretty deeply at the moment, or they have been feeling it deeply, because their whole world was changing. And I also feel like that you were a big contributing factor to their world changing. And because there were so many big energies going on, yeah, it felt like there was an ending, and it kind of feels like, in a way, they probably are finding it challenging because of all the changes that were going on, perhaps for both of you, right? So with all these intense energies, sometimes it can become really overwhelming for one or both of you, okay? And it's caused some heartache. So maybe either you were overwhelmed, this person was overwhelmed, or you were mirroring each other's energies, and there was just so much going on at the time that, you know, it caused there to be this heartbreak and this separation between the 2 of you, is what I'm picking up. I'm also picking up that I think that both of you saw each other as the world, and you both thought the world of each other, and perhaps that put a little bit of pressure on the connection, you know, and especially if you both have a lot of stuff going on, that can make it quite challenging as well. Maybe you both put each other on a bit of a pedestal as well. But yeah, there's been some separation, and there's been a bit of heartache because this person meant the world to you, right? Now, this particular person in question is currently going or trying to be in this energy of King of Swords. So that this is man or woman, doesn't matter. The energy with the King of Swords is rationality, practicality, logic, reasoning, cutting through to the truth, being very honest, being very blunt, but also having these energies, but being sort of more in control of them, because it's in this this king energy, which tends to be a more sort of mature energy, if that makes sense. So this person is, I feel, is building on this. They're building on getting their strength back, being able to see things in a more logical or rational way, right? This is very interesting because then we had the Ace of Cups clarifying this. So this person is in this energy because, yeah, they were definitely in love, and they are in love. And they're trying to balance that out. They're trying to see the truth of the situation and see it from a more rational point of view. But at the same time, they do feel this love. So it's like they're trying to get more into logic in order to be able to control their emotions a little bit more. However, there's, love is not rational, right? Okay, it isn't. So it's like they're trying not to feel this as much, but they still want to feel it, but they want to sort of know how to be able to feel it in a way that is more practical, if that makes sense. So that's what's happening with this person at the moment. They're trying to control their fear, they're trying to control their emotions a little bit more, and they're trying to be a little bit more rational and logical in their feeling of love for you, okay? But I think they're also trying to find that balance, because if you're too much in this energy, you can be too rational, you can be too logical, okay? You can. And sometimes people think that it's easier to be in this energy because then, you can be more ready and equipped, and you can be more ready for, any hurt that might come your way. See how this guy has his arms crossed over and he's got a big sword. And it's kind of like, well, I can be ready for anything if I'm logical and rational. However, that can also block you from love, okay? So at the moment, this person is trying to find this balance because they were in love, okay? And they want to be in love, but they also know, and they're probably also thinking about, who to really give that love to and how to deal with it in a more mature and rational way. Not that there's anything wrong with being emotional and sensitive. There's nothing wrong with that, because this particular person that you're asking about is very emotional. Their heart is full. They have a lot of love to give, okay? But I think because of what has happened, they're just sort of, trying to balance it out a little bit more is probably the best way to say it, okay? Now, this person is also, there's a lot of balance here. It's amazing. This person, we have the Two of Pentacles. So I feel like this person is really trying to balance themselves out. If there's a lot of change going on in their world, they maybe perhaps have a new job, or maybe they're learning a new role. And it's kind of like timing, right? And it kind of feels like they're trying to juggle, and more so the sense I'm getting is not so much juggle, but they're trying to find a way to balance everything at the moment, balance their emotions, balance their career or their way of making money. They're trying to just balance their world out at the moment and get it back into equilibrium and get out of those sort of rocky waters, because at the moment, water always represents emotion and consciousness. So it's kind of like they're really wanting to find that balance of emotion, logic, as we were talking about, rationale, but still having that love and being able to share that love that they have, because they have a lot of love to give. Okay, so they're just finding that balancing act at the moment, because there's a lot going on for them at the moment. Okay, we then had clarifying justice. So what this is telling me is that, yeah, this is again balance. It's all about balance. This person wants to find balance, you know, and that's why there hasn't been communication, because they're really trying to work themselves out. They want to find balance and they want to find justice in this connection, because if there's been separation and heartbreak, right, they want to see justice, as in, not justice in a negative way, but they want to see that if this connection is going to work, and if they are going to talk to you again, that there is going to be that balance, there's going to be that harmony, and that both of you are going to be able to see each other's point of view and where things didn't go quite right. Okay, they want to be able to have harmony, they want to be able to be honest, they want fairness in this connection with you, and that's why they haven't been in communication or in touch, because they're really, as all the other cards have said, they've been through a bit of heartbreak. Okay, maybe there was a separation with you guys, so they're now really trying to find their balance again, really step into rationale a little bit more and try to be a little bit more logical and rational about the situation, but at the same time being fair to themselves, being fair to you, and just trying to balance a lot out at the moment, but they'll get there, right? We then had temperance as sort of like the word of advice. Okay, so what this is telling me is that, again, this person is looking for balance, they're looking for harmony, and this will happen. Okay, it's just this person has to go through this stuff. So this person, I feel like this is both of you, this message. This person really wants harmony, as I said before. They want balance. Justice is more about logical and rational balance, and about things being fair, okay? And about justice being put into place. So the connection being just, the connection being fair, both of you understanding each other's point of view, right? But then this is the more spiritual aspect. So, you know, fairness, balance, love, harmony in your emotions, okay? In your emotions and in your soul. So that's what this person is going through at the moment. They're balancing themselves out. They're going to come back into harmony. Their emotions are going to be more balanced. They're going to be more, things are going to be flowing for them more. This is such a beautiful card. And this is probably going to be the same for you too. And I feel like this is what's going to happen in this connection. Once this starts happening, things will start flowing more, okay? So, pile one, I hope that resonated. Please feel free to leave feedback and comments below, okay? So that was a really beautiful reading. Thank you so much, pile one. So now, no communication. And I feel like I'm doing a lot of talking really fast. That particular pile one, I feel like there's a lot to be said there, but I feel like there's a lot of work going on for that person, right? Probably both of you. So deep breath. So now pile two, this is for you. This is your reading. If this is the pile you chose, this is why there's been no communication with your person in question. Okay. Page of Cups to start with. So man or woman, doesn't matter. It's the energy. So this person, I feel in the past, they did offer you something, but it was only a very small offer, okay? It was a small offer, and I don't think they were really emotionally ready or emotionally open to be able to give you more than just a little bit, if that makes sense. They wanted something to evolve more slowly, I think. They weren't really prepared for big emotion at the time. And this is really interesting, because then I had clarifying the Queen of Cups. Man or woman, doesn't matter. It's the energy, right? So this person wanted to be able to offer more, or this person saw you as someone that was able to offer more. They saw you as someone that was really emotional, someone who was emotionally mature as well, and who was definitely ready to give their heart. And they see you, yeah, someone really deep, emotional, compassionate, loving. Okay, and it was like this person could only offer you this, which is a small thing. You know, this person did like you, but they just weren't ready or willing to offer you the type of love that you were offering them. See the difference? Okay. Now, that's not in a negative, I'm not trying to say that in a negative way. It's just sometimes it's all about timing, right? So then we have the Six of Pentacles. So at this point of time, the person that you're asking about is trying to find balance. Okay, so they're trying to find balance. This is generally, Pentacles is about finance. So maybe that's what they're doing. Maybe they're trying to find balance in their finance, but also I just feel like they're trying to find balance within themselves as well, you know, because I kind of feel like they are people that are quite giving. They're compassionate people, but I think they're also trying to find balance in money and within their lives. Okay, I think they're trying to also find a balance within how much energy they should be putting into what types of things and what type of people. So they're really trying to discover and try to know how to balance things a little bit more, not just with money but with people. We then have the Page of Pentacles. So yeah, because it's funny that we had the Page of Cups before. I really feel like this person is trying to find that balance and wants to be able to have this new sort of beginning, or have this fresh energy. They'll be going into this fresh energy of being able to offer something a little bit more stable than before, because this offer that they were giving you initially was a little bit wishy-washy. Okay, the Page of Cups is like, oh yeah, you know, I'm offering you a bit of emotion, but it's a bit flippant, right? Like, see how the fish is coming out of the cup. So they mean well, but it's like there isn't that full maturity there, and they haven't really fully thought it out, if that makes sense. Perhaps this person also lives by the water, maybe. Interesting. Anyway, so yeah, this person is now, I think they know and that they needed to balance themselves out. Page of Pentacles is all about earth energy, so earthing themselves a little bit more and really thinking about coming forth with an offer or a message or some sort of contact that is a little bit more down to earth, and it's a little bit more practical and stable, and you know, perhaps they're thinking about coming back to you or communicating to you, but in a more down to earth way, in a more humbling way, and in a way that is more earthy. Yeah, this is really nice. This person is definitely balancing themselves out and working out what it is that is a priority as well. You know, a priority in accordance to what is going to help with this connection, and what they can and how they can communicate with you in a more practical and a more stable and more committed way is what I'm picking up. Now I then have the Knight of Cups. So yeah, it's so interesting, right? So this person is also going to be moving into this energy of Knight of Cups. Okay, so it kind of feels like this person will be communicating with you again, and perhaps they're going to be bringing you an offer, whether it's of love or friendship. But it's kind of like, yeah, generally it's more an offer of love because it's a cup card, but perhaps I think if they do come back in and they do communicate with you again, it's going to be on a more emotional level than before, and they're going to be more willing to open up their heart to you. We then have the world clarifying because I think their world is changing. Things are changing for them. They're changing as people. They're growing, and I feel like they're growing more into their emotions, and I feel like, yeah, they're going to be more willing to open up their heart to you if they were holding back a little bit more. But this is definitely, there's definitely a lot of change going on for this person at the moment. So I feel like they haven't been in communication because, well, like a lot of these piles, things are changing for this person, right? But I do feel like this person will probably contact you. But they're trying to balance themselves out at the moment, because I feel like if you guys were together in a relationship, they weren't offering you everything. They weren't really offering you the type of emotion or the type of level of emotional commitment that you wanted and that you were giving them, okay? Now, we have the 10 of Cups. So what this is telling me, this is beautiful, is don't lose faith, okay? Don't lose hope, because I feel like both of you want this. Both of you want to have like a really nice family life and whatever family means to you. And yeah, just don't lose faith. Stay positive. Because yeah, I think there's been a lot of changes in this person's life. The world is about beginning and ending cycles, okay? So there's this change going on emotionally for this person. So I do feel like they will eventually communicate with you sooner or later. But in the meantime, go on with your life, have good time, spend time with family and friends. But I do believe that you both want the same thing. Okay, so pile 2, that was your reading. I hope that makes sense. I hope it resonates. And I will see you next time. Okay, pile 3. If this is the pile you chose, this is your reading, and we're going to be, of course, talking about why this person isn't in communication with you, what's going on for them. Okay, so okay. First up, we have the 9 of Swords. So this person has been through, Swords is all about being in their head. It's about stress. Maybe they've lost a bit of sleep there. Maybe they've been going through a little bit of anxiety. Maybe there's been a bit of loss there. But yeah, they've definitely been in their heads, and they've been suffering a little bit, you know. They haven't been 100%. There's been stuff going on for them. We then have the 3 of Wands, because I kind of feel like this person was on this new journey, right? And they were sort of sailing into a new world and uncharted territories, and they were excited about that, and they were looking into the future and hoping for the best. And then something has sort of happened that's disappointed them and caused them some grief and some stress. And they may be losing a little bit of sleep, okay? At the moment, they're in hermit mode, okay? So they're really taking this time to go back inside themselves and to reassess things. I do feel like this particular person is by themselves at the moment. I don't think they're dating. I don't think they're seeing anyone else. They're just spending this time being alone in contemplation and really meditating on, they might not meditate, but I think you know what I'm trying to say here. They're looking out to the world and really taking things in and wanting to broaden their knowledge and their wisdom and do some internalizing. I don't think they're spending much time with friends at the moment. I think they're more so just doing their own thing and yeah, they're growing. We then had the Seven of Cups clarifying the Hermit. So what this is telling me is I think this person is also trying to look beyond any illusions that they may have been involved with in the past, perhaps things, or perhaps the connection that you had with them felt like it was an illusion, or it just kind of ended up being not what they thought it was going to be, okay? And so I think that's why they're in that hermit mode now, and perhaps why they aren't in communication, because they're just really internalizing, they're really wanting to take this time out for themselves and to do some more growing, because I feel like I feel like this person felt like they were under a bit of illusionment, they were disillusioned by this connection, or maybe they had it on a bit of a pedestal. So they're now going back inside and being in that hermit energy of just working things out for themselves, recalibrating, reviewing what it is, or how they saw this connection, or what they believed it was, and trying to see it from a newer perspective, or to see the forest from the trees, if that makes sense, okay? We then have the Eight of Wands. They do want to communicate with you, okay? These people do want to talk to you, absolutely. And I really feel like this person is hoping that you will come back in and talk to them. I feel like they're really waiting for you to communicate and contact them. See how you've got this other bird that's flying around. So I kind of feel like this person is waiting for you to come back in, because it feels like this person really was wanting to nest with you. I'm not just saying this because of the picture, it's the energy I'm picking up as well. They wanted to nest with you, and they really do want to talk to you, this person. They really want to communicate with you, is what I'm getting here very strongly. They want to rush in and they want to communicate with you, and they're just waiting. And I feel like they're really hoping that you will be the first person to start opening up the lines of communication again, because this person has a lot of love to give. This person has a lot of love to give. Their cup is full, their cup is overflowing. We then had the Two of Cups. This person loves you, this person wants to see you again. This person sees so much of themselves in you, and you see a lot of yourself in this person. You do a lot of mirroring, the both of you, and when you do a lot of mirroring, sometimes you can also mirror really beautiful stuff, but you can also mirror some really fearful stuff as well, and if you fear love, that's going to be mirrored back to you, if you're open to love, that's going to be mirrored back to you, if you're scared of love, you're going to scare the other person off as well, so yeah, this person is definitely in love with you. They would like to be with you, and I really feel like they're waiting for you to come back in. That's what I'm really picking up here. They're waiting for you to come back in, and they're really hoping that you will communicate with them soon, because they would like to be with you. They're in love with you. They see you as their divine counterpart, which is really beautiful. Okay, pile 3. That was your reading. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope it resonated and made sense. Please feel free to leave comments and feedback below. I'd also love if you could like, share, and subscribe this video. And if you would like a more personalized reading, my details are below. You can also follow me on Instagram if you like. I have I pretty much update it every day. For those of you who don't know what I do, because I've had a few people ask me, I do tarot readings, but I'm also a counselor and I'm a Reiki master. So I try and integrate all of those skills that I have in order to help people to grow. And it's also my passion to help with people's healing as well. So the link to my website is below as well if you want to check that out. But anyway, guys, I hope you really enjoyed that reading. I hope you got something out of it. And until now and the next time, lots of love, light, and blessings to you all. Please take care of yourselves and each other.